We are live. Yes. I look younger. Someone told me there's something about you that's different. Did you do something to yourself? I'm like, no. I said, you were here. I go like this to see if anything rubs off on you. I don't wear makeup. No foundation. Hello, everybody. Hola. You're the one. You're the one. Ooh, let there be lights. Yes, you are. We gotta lose some weight, Juanito.
I'm in good shape.
Yeah, you sure are. Great shape for a diet. You saw him grabbing my hand. That's child abuse. I'm still a child of God. 10 seconds. Yep. Hello, everybody. You're the one. You're the one. Hello, it's 2 minutes after the hour. Y'all caught me singing. I'm not saying I sing. Thank you, everybody that is watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, WLTHradio.com, and also on the app, WLTH app. And we appreciate those that have been subscribing to our YouTube channels. Muchas gracias. Están escuchando nuestra comunidad NWI. Aquí, WLTHradio.com, 1370 AM y 92.7 FM. ¿Y qué más, Juanito? Where at? Where else? What?
In the heart of Gary, Indiana.
In the heart of GI. We got a lot of things to celebrate today, Juanito. And someone said, if I call him Juanito, he's not going to like it. I said, no, I think he likes that. So for those that listen, you know you like that name, Juanito,
right.
Although he's Uncle Johnny. Oops, was I supposed to say?
Oops. If it is the case, though, we do want to wish Mr. Tommy Williams a happy birthday. If it is his birthday
to you. If you can find me a happy birthday song, because there's a lot of birthdays going on. None other than Jonathan Joseph's birthday today. Oh, there's a lot of birthdays. Any other birthdays? I don't, when you want something, you can't find it. All these birthdays that Facebook has, and I don't always have time to sit here and just wish everybody a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Sharks. Shanita Sharks' birthday as well. Oh my gosh. I was going to screenshot to show everybody's birthday, Juanito. But there's so many birthdays. And now this phone is like the menu. It looks weird. It's like, where are other birthdays at? Where the birthdays at? Where they at? And I'm just going to pray for the Mexican President, Claudia. Everybody's attacking that woman. Yeah, stay up with current events, Juanito. The views expressed by the host and the callers of this show are not necessarily the views of WLTH Radio Management, owners and sponsors, and advertisers. And I also want to make an announcement, and I have not talked to Dr. Regina about this, but I will reach out. He is a minor. Earl Robinson. I want to congratulate him. I'm all about empowering others, but more than anything, celebrating others, whether there's a small milestone, a big one, something that was created, invented, written, what have you, or innovated. Congratulations to all of you. But this one, Juanito, Earl Robinson published his first book. Thank you, Dr. Regina, for putting it out there. And we want to help him grow. He's Nashanta Taylor Weems' son. So we want to encourage this 10-year-old boy by purchasing his book. The goal is 10 or more books ordered and purchased by tomorrow. They ordered 5. We can donate the books to our local churches and schools. And so I'm going to share the link on my social media. So you all look at Eve Gomez, Ethereal Lifestyle, or my public page, Eve Gomez. Actually, my personal page is my public page as well, to purchase a book. So we got to buy a book from this young man. He's only 10 years young. I think he's going to hit
put
the
your name
bestseller.
on the dotted line, dear, regardless of the cost, because you're helping a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
So let it be written.
I didn't even talk about the cost. I said, let's buy a book from him.
The cost is there?
It does.
What?
If I'm correct, it says $6.99.
And can you share, like maybe I mean, yeah, I know it just came up. Like, what is the book about by any chance?
Ruby
That would
Finds a Friend. Mom shared this. It's on Amazon. Ruby Finds a Friend. And my phone just kind of froze here. Here we go. Ruby Finds a Friend. You can find this book on Amazon. For those of you that are on social media, take a look. If y'all can see that, I think it's better this way. Can you see that, Juanito?
Yes.
¿Sí lo puedes ver?
Yes.
Okay. Earl N. Robinson wrote or authored Ruby Finds a Friend. Oh, it's $10.99 paperback. But what this can do for him is bigger than that $10.99.
Right.
I mean, kudos to this young man. If we order it, it says delivered by June 10th. If we order it today, get free delivery by June 7th, Sunday. Obviously, if you're a Prime member, so I'm going to have to knock on the door on some. Are you a Prime member? I'm not a Prime member.
Yeah.
I'm going to find a Prime member and say, order 3 books. And he's going to get more than 10 books sold. So, Dr. Regina, thank you for sharing this. And I want to congratulate his mom because, you know, parents, you support your children, they will go places. So, Nashanta Taylor Weems, I know you are a proud mom of your son, Earl. So, kudos to Earl. Can we get the clapping hands? You know, I have it on my streaming, but do you have the clapping hands? I'll clap like we do in school. Woo-woo!
There you go.
Go ahead, Earl. Woo! Yes. Nuestra comunidad is going to be buying some books and we will be giving some away. How about that, Juanito? Did you know that? Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for saying yes. I know you're dying to give more announcements. Yo sé que quieres hacer anuncios. Porque siempre matas árboles, siempre estás imprimiendo papeles. ¿Tienes
look
anuncios?
Who's talking about 60-some copies.
Well, speaking of, actually, we are donating our printing. Nuestra comunidad,
What do you mean
NWI.
We?
Yeah, I told you I'd buy some ink.
What do you
That's
mean
we. Oh, okay.
You mean me?
But if the ink runs out, I'm buying some. Okay, Juan wants to get all the kudos. Kudos to you, man. Kudos to you.
Woman.
For those of you that are scared of AI, I am going to drag Juanito tomorrow.
Definitely got it all wrong.
I am going to,
excuse
me. I am going to drag Juanito to this event tomorrow. You're invited to AI Made Simple Unity Summit, Empowerment, Purpose, and Elevation. And I love the creation that Shanita Starks did. I mean, we are all going on a flight, right? So we're all flight attendants, captains, co-pilots, what have you. So come soar with us and make that journey. I will be one of the panelists there. That's tomorrow from 10 to 2, AI Made Simple at 5757 Massachusetts Street, Maryville, Indiana. It is a free event. So don't miss this. What is this? Don't miss this. Take that flight experience. So register at Eventbrite. You can find it under AI Made Simple Unity Summit. That is for tomorrow, 10 to 2. I think we have more than 60 registered. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be a great turnout. And you know what? Don't be afraid of the unknown. Go get educated. With anything that you are afraid of doing, go ahead and do it. Just be like Nike. Show up and just do it. Do it till you're satisfied, whatever it is. Do it. I'm sorry, I just got into that song with the do it. Okay, Juanito, go ahead. I know I have more announcements, but
okay, so
go ahead. Vámonos,
June 13th, which is next Saturday.
Yes.
We have our community meal at St. Patrick's Church. It is free. It is open to anyone. It is open to anyone that maybe has attended our community meals in the past. And in particular for people that maybe could use a community meal. And sometimes we have vendors in most cases, and then that provide valuable information. And sometimes we have a program that's part of our community meal. So that's next Saturday at St. Patrick's Church. I think it starts at 11:30. I'm not sure.
I can tell you right now. I have the flyer.
Actually, yeah. So I have the flyer here too.
Okay,
so it is next Saturday. It is in our church hall. Everyone is welcome. As to what is the meal, I don't know at the moment. Once again, please mark your calendars. July the 18th, our one-day festival at St. Patrick's Church in East Chicago in our church hall. We hope that the weather will cooperate. Heavy will be our major band for July the 18th. and talk about festivals and so forth. I understand that. Let me see. You got the festival for Hobart taking place right now. I think up until the 7th. Um, Shout out to TP Heavenly Beauty. I heard that I guess Hammond has been selected by the
Yes, you
Chicago
beat me to
Bears
it. You
to
beat me to it.
come to Indiana.
And don't be
So the only
sour for those
question,
Illinois
the
and
only question
Chicagoans.
that I
People.
overheard some people is,
Well, who
what is it going to
cares?
cost the taxpayers, if any, in Lake County or in the state of Indiana, in reference to that? So
You know what?
the
Property
class of
owners, guess what? That's going to
1976,
go up too.
the class of 1976, Washington High School,
You have to
we
bring
are
that up,
having a
and I
high
want to
school
talk about it. Juan.
class reunion. Um, Payments have to be made by the end of this month, June the 31st. I'll give you at least one name, Deborah Tolbert, if you need any more information. Her number is 219-688-3074. So she is one of the people on the committee. If you have any questions regarding our 50-year high school reunion, the first weekend, actually, what is it, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the first Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the month of September, 3-day event. Any need more information, contact Deborah Tolbert at 219-688-3074. And I have been and will continue to post the information flyer on our Facebook page for Nuestra Comunidad Northwest Indiana. Payment has to be made by the 31st of this month. Payments are to be are accepted by way of Zelle, BMO Bank, cashier's checks, money orders. Payments are to be made to the 1976 class reunion, ECW. And the address is 11114 South Harlem Avenue, P.O. Box 302, Worth, Illinois 60482. And I can tell you this 3-day event will be worth it. You get it?
With it?
Worth it.
Oh, worth
Worth,
it.
Illinois. You get it, woman?
I heard you say with it. Okay.
So I'm so grateful that Susanna Mendoza
yeah,
has
that
made
made
her
your
announcement
day. That made your day.
that she will be
Juanito.
running for mayor of
How about
Chicago.
that? How about that?
Susanna
Okay.
Mendoza has been a previous guest on
Mhm,
Nuestra Comunidad
mhm,
Northwest
mhm,
Indiana,
mhm.
and I hope to reach out to her to see if
Claro
she
que
would
sí.
consider advertising her candidacy on Nuestra Comunidad, even though we're not in Chicago, but we do reach the Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
So I think pretty much that is it.
Well, you mentioned Hoosiers with the Bears. I already knew. We were just talking about that, Juanito. And I'm going to congratulate my former mayor, Thomas McDermott, and the team, the governor, and whoever else took part of negotiating this deal. We always look at the negative first. Let's look at the positive instead. We always look at things as a problem. Let's look at the solutions instead. Because, in all honesty, if there is a solution, then there is no problem.
But
You
you
dig?
can't talk to what is it going to cost the taxpayers.
So
right?
okay, if that was such a problem, why didn't you go
No,
protest?
now that it's done,
Why don't you
now-
go protest?
no, Eve,
It's a little
do
too
wanna
late to
s-
think
Eve,
about that.
I do want to say this
It's a
here.
little too late to think about that.
No, it's not.
It's
No,
a little
it's
too late.
No,
They're
but
already going to bring it in, so it
No,
doesn't matter
but
what the taxes are going to cost.
Okay, so that wasn't done beforehand. Now that it's done, in a sense.
Now you're
and
going to
you know
go and
I don't know if
talk
any
about it.
I don't think any
Protest.
paperwork has been signed already, but I think it's important that the people in this state know what they're going to be.
I'm
doing.
sure they
Okay.
know, but they don't always run and tell you the news, Juan.
No, I said the people,
The
not
people.
Juan. Don't tell Juan. Tell the
What
people.
I'm saying, but okay,
Do you get it?
the
Did you hear
news is
correctly?
there. The news is there, Juan.
Yeah.
You just don't know. That's just it. But if people really had a problem with the Bears coming to Indiana because of what the taxes will be, it sounds like you may have that issue, Juan. Then there would have been people protesting like they do everything else. And then they'll put a big sign in front of their lawn like it's a election day.
So are you saying politicians should do things and not tell the people how much it's going to cost
I'm
them?
sure the information
Is that
is
what you're
out
saying?
there.
Yes
Nope,
or no?
not at all.
Okay.
Not
thank
at
you.
all.
That's all I'm
Not
saying.
at all.
That's all
No,
I'm saying.
no,
Woman.
not at all. You ask
all I'm
Google,
saying.
chat, and then the fact check, and the information will be there. It will certainly be there. So congratulations to Hammond. And and here's what I'm going to say, and this is a message to to Tom, and I mean this with all due respect, Tom. You know, I love you and your family and my Go 59ers, and you're very supportive parents of your children, and I appreciate that. Is that this was your big win? I mean, you chime in if you don't believe so or think so, Juanito. This is Hammond's big win.
Mhm.
Tom, this is your big win. And I know you may not have won other political seats that you've been running for, and you may have gotten upset about it, gotten ugly about it, whatever the case may have been. The good thing is, all things work together for the good. You needed to stay in Hammond to make this happen. I'm looking at it as a good thing. So this is a big win for him. And he probably wouldn't have thought this when he was busy trying to run for whatever seats that this was going to ever happen. And here we are in Hammond Bears. I don't know. They may still keep the name Chicago Bears. What do you think, Juan? Hammond Bears. I don't know how that rings the bell, but eventually it'll click. But right now, Hammond Bears, Chicago Bears. We're so used to saying Chicago Bears. What do you think about the
Well,
name?
I think it'll probably be up to the Bears to decide
I don't
what
think
the
they're going
name's
to
going
change
to
it
be.
because we're right next. I mean,
I don't know for
Chicago
sure,
is
but I'm
right
sure
next
they'll
door.
decide.
You can actually walk to Chicago from Hammond. I know I've had it. I've done that. So you can actually walk to Chicago. So I wouldn't be upset if I lived in Hammond still and it'd still be Chicago Bears. Property value is going to go up. Look at the right side. Oh, sorry, you're not a homeowner. So what would you know, Juanito? But you're concerned about the taxes when you don't own a property. Property value is going to go up thanks to that. So kudos to Hammond. And Prishker, it is what it is. You didn't look too happy in your pictures, but you had them for a while now. I don't know how many years has the bear been out.
Woman.
Oh, it's my phone. Oh, cousin Margaret's calling. You know how long we've been on the radio? Go ahead, caller. You are on the air.
How you doing?
What's going on?
Good morning.
Good.
Good evening.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. What's happening with you, young man?
Listen, tell me that when you got out of here, when you ponied up, you understand, when you ponied up and left out of here, I'm thinking Juan got enough money to buy a house anytime he wants to, but he got his brother. He stayed at his brother's, complex there. Juan could buy a house anytime he wants to, anywhere where he wants to.
Right.
Go for
Juan
it.
been a single man for a long time.
Right?
And if he wanted to, Juan could live anywhere he wants to. I know that. So to come to him and I tell you, you don't own a home, brother complex.
Can I tell you something?
My grandfather stayed at his brother complex. But you ponied up out of here. I don't know why. It's not a done deal. I don't know why might have said something to put a feather in the governor's cap and McDermott's cap. It's not a done deal. But tell me this right here.
What?
Everybody talking about the bad guns, what they're going to bring. Why haven't the people over there in Chicago brown? They ain't got no taco stand down there. They got a lot of counterfeit hats and counterfeit shirts. But where are they property off of? I heard somebody talking about opening up a saloon. Somebody else talking about they're going to open up a B&B. They're going to open up a canteen. Why haven't they opened it up in Chicago? Listen, only the rich people are going to get more rich off of the bad. And then you got the housing cartel. Now they're going to get a few crumbs, killers and bits and whatever else. The people, they're going to get just a crumb. Now they're going to have a lot of counterfeit hats and a lot of counterfeit shirts. That's all you're going to have. You ain't going to build
Don't you love him?
no castles. Why everybody think they're going to build castles when the bears come here? You ain't going to get nothing. You're not going to get not one thing. You see, the bears have been in Chicago 100 years.
Yes, and that was my question.
Over there, black and brown, they got anything out of it but the rich people. So why everybody over here marching around, ordering tailor-made suits and gowns to the ball because the bears is coming? You ain't going to get not one or zero. That's all you're going to get. Now, you pulled it up out of here, you went to Cali, right?
I went
Then
where?
you go to Cali, and then you come back here,
Oh, Cali,
and
yeah.
now you saying, well, it's all good for Hammond. If you own some property over there, it'll be good, but your taxes going to go up. Everybody If the Bears leave Chicago, they're going to lose their fan base. What they got over here?
I don't
They
think
got a
so.
bunch of people that have watching. If it don't come on TV, you can't even afford to get a seat over there.
I don't think they're going to lose fans, to be honest with you, because the train loads up with a lot of Bear fans going to Chicago from South Bend, from here, Northwest Indiana. So now they don't have to go any farther. They just go to Hammond and get off the train right
Yeah,
there.
when they go to Chicago, they go over there to eat and dine. And
Well, that's what's
ball.
going to happen. They're going to open up restaurants. You know, it comes with the territory.
You ain't got enough restaurants over here. They ain't going over there to eat at no taco stand. They ain't going over there to Pimpy. You understand what I'm saying? They going over there to fine restaurant. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying? They going over there to 5-star hotel. They ain't going over there to steal some.
Well, you know, there may be
having people to come to their house to live.
there may be an opportunity for Big Daddy's or another barbecue place to go find a spot in there inside the stadium. You never know. These are opportunities. We're going to be optimistic and not pessimist, but you make me laugh and I love you for it.
You know what? I dream about that all the time. You know,
Yeah, make it real, right?
So you put a lot of things up here, but you pony up out of here.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here. I mean,
You here, but you out there too.
but I have ties here.
At the same time.
I still have ties here, and I'm going to own different properties in different areas of the world. And so I love to look at growth.
Hold on.
Yes.
Mr. Lopez, listen. I'm going to tell you like this. I don't know how you dreaming.
I don't dream.
You dream, Miss Gomez, but I'm going to tell you like this. You always come across with a lot of negativity.
Oh,
You've
really?
never been
Oh.
positive.
Oh.
And all the years you ever been on radio, you always have been negative. You jump up on one.
You got a big cheerleader there.
When you push up on me.
Oh, you know what? God bless you.
Oh,
and thank you for tuning in.
Let me say this. Let me
I
say
am the
this real
most
quickly.
positive person.
You know what?
Follow me on
Let me
social
just
media.
say this real
You'll see.
quickly, because on the way when
It's 23
when
minutes
Eve
after
and
the
I
hour
were on
here.
our way Wednesday to the drive-in, I told Eve this. You want Eve? You know the Bible, and I've said it too many times. I said it a lot of
Okay,
times.
we gotta call
I
her.
don't.
Hold that. Hold that.
So
Go ahead.
So here's what I'm
Hold
saying.
that.
Here's what I'm
Hold that.
saying.
We gotta call
You
her.
know the Bible, and that's what
Okay,
you know.
you want to attack me
But
too? I rebuke
when
that.
it comes
in
to
Jesus' name.
politics, I know a
Go
lot
ahead.
more
We have a
about
caller.
politics than
Juanito.
she does.
Good for you. Juanito, we have a caller. Go ahead.
Good evening, young lady.
Hey, how are you? Good.
Tell that guy next time he call you to ease up on his Patron.
I like that. But you know, people have to know that this is actually just talk radio. And let me just say that I am a very positive person. I don't take it personal because I know who I am and whose I am. And everybody has the opportunity to chime in, call in, give their opinion. I'm not a very opinionated person unless you're asking for it. I'm more about solutions. I don't like talking about problems. I look at it as opportunities.
I'm looking at it like this. If they so hard bent on bringing them bears up, when I see them over here playing, I believe it.
Right. So be like
When
Downton
I
Thomas.
see them-
We got to
Yeah,
see
when
it to
I see
believe
them
it.
over here kicking off and throwing a pass
Okay.
in a dome stadium
Okay.
or wherever they be playing over here,
Right.
let me know.
There you
Like
go.
I said
We'll be
earlier,
right there.
Yeah, when they show me, I believe it.
We'll say,
Thank
show
you.
me the money. Thank you,
Well,
sir.
you know,
25 minutes after the hour. The calling number is 219-885-1371. And I'm not going to argue with what Juan was trying to always prove a point. He's trying to prove a point even in the car when I only
Right.
asked once. Excuse
okay.
me.
No, but
I only asked a simple question and he's trying to
Okay,
say the point
okay.
is. I'm like, what is the point? I'm
So-
not asking for no point. Just say yes or no. Do
It's
you do this
gonna
or
be
you
a
don't?
while. It's gonna
Anyway.
be a while before the transition's made
course,
from
it's gonna take
building a
some
new
time.
stadium, whatever else they
Claro
gotta do
que
to the
sí, claro que
surrounding
sí,
area, and
claro que
so that's
sí.
gonna take some
Yeah.
time.
With everything, it takes time.
Right.
And you know what? Yes, for the young man that called and said Juan can buy a house whenever he wants. I have, as a life coach, I love helping elevate others, for them to I speak life over them. And Juan knows this. Juan's just talking because he's on the radio trying to defend himself. I don't need any defending. I don't need to defend myself. But one thing that I do know is that if I see someone that's not a good steward of their money, I will point it out and give them ideas on how to make their money grow. I have forcefully learned to stretch a dollar. And I have often said to Juan, I probably make a quarter of what you made a quarter of what you've made, and I have done so much more with it. It's like, what have you done for me lately? What have you done? Not necessarily Juan, I'm just speaking in general. I'm not pointing this at Juan. What are we really doing with our money? We have to use our money as a tool, and that's how we make it grow. But we don't take the time to educate ourselves on how we can sow a seed and triple that seed that we first planted. And are we sowing our seed in good soil? Because not every soil is good. I mean, multiple streams of income. There's endless possibilities and opportunities in this country. But we always point out the problem. Okay, Juan, I heard your problem. So what are we going to do about it? It's where I go. So what are we going to do about it? It's where I go. And I love Juan. I respect Juan. Juan just sometimes just whatever. Juan is Juan. Just I am who I am. Anyway, go ahead, caller. You are on the air.
Well, hey there, Eve.
Well, hey there, Vic.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hey, well, with that whole recipe you got, kind of missed the boat, I say, because, before you plant your seed, you have to have a enriched soil. You want to make sure you want
right.
to remove the sickles and things that are in there.
That's right. Clean it up.
Do that? Well, wait a minute. How do you do that with the understanding the complications of what's required? So if you don't even know, if you don't refuse to recognize what are the pitfalls in that soil, what you need to change in that soil so the seed can really thrive.
Mm-hmm. And that's with anything. Exactly.
So wait. We're not talking about anything. I'm talking about what you talked about.
Harvest, planting seed.
No. You're talking about
soil.
Always talking about problems.
I'm not talking about problems.
No, that's what you said. You repeated from your mouth. You said some people always just talk about problems.
That is true.
Without having conditions, there would be no grievances. Without understanding how to fertilize, how to work the soil.
Okay, you're misconstruing what I'm saying, Vic, and that's cool. You can do what you want. But when I say about talking about a problem, is a person's not seeing things for what they really are, and they're closed their mind into the negative, and then they all are. Then we play the victim, and we stay as a victim, and we won't see any growth because we're not open to learning what is really going on. What are we learning out of what happened of the problem?
That's left brain. That's left brain, sweetheart. That's left brain strictly. I said the same thing to you, but you're trying to say something different. It's about what's the real problem. The real problem is we're too craving as people, and that's conditioned into us by fear and shame.
Let me tell you, I'm so glad you brought that up. I am so glad you brought that up. People get conditioned, but we can retrain our brain. We can retrain our brain. I know I have. Because I'm looking for the good out of everything. Don't I always try to understand why you or anybody does what they do? I even try to understand, wait, what did you just do? And when you work on trying to understand the person, why they do what they do, because sometimes we do things unknowingly. And if I've hurt, and I've told Juan, if I hurt you, I'm sorry. I may not have realized that. When we know better, we do better. And Vic, you hit the nail on the head. Many people have been conditioned to think a certain way, to be a certain way, to look a certain way. You got the trends that are going on. You got all our youth following these trends by showing up in large numbers and creating chaos, wreaking havoc. So what do we do about that? I'm looking for ways of my little money can make it big. If God can trust you with the little things, he can trust you with the bigger things. So whether the bears make it here or not, guess what? I'm not in control, and neither is Juan. But I know one who is in control, and that's my creator. He's going to be on the throne whether we like it or not. So, Juanito, did you enjoy yourself Wednesday, by the way? Let's talk about some good stuff. Yes, Wednesday. What you enjoy the most? The ride to Chicago or the drive-in? A ver, talk to me.
The
Talk to
drive-in.
us. Talk to us. Feedback, please.
I mean, so it was. We went to an actual drive-in, and there were, what is it, a total of 5 short films.
Yep.
And in one of those films, you were part of the film in one of
Yeah.
those 5
Yep.
films. And I complimented you on
You sure did. Even on
what
Facebook.
you
Did you see
did
my
in the film.
respond?
So it was, well, let me put it this way, it's been ages since I had been
I was just
to
going to
a
ask you, when was the
drive-thru.
last time you went to the drive-in?
Drive-in, not a drive-thru. I mean, drive-in, not a drive-thru.
Right. Uh-huh.
So it was nice to be at a drive-in.
When was the last time?
Like I said, we have to be
Years?
grateful that the weather cooperated for that evening.
Yeah.
All the films were incredible. All the films were, what is it, Christian based, with a
Yes.
theme that had to do with Christianity in each and every of the, I believe, 5
Yes.
films. And so I guess based upon what took place there, that the people that watched the films had an opportunity to provide some feedback. And
Mhm.
based on the feedback and the voting, some of those films, or I don't know how many of those films, are going to be shown the following Wednesday.
The one that had
The
the
one film.
highest
So-
votes.
Okay.
And so the short films, Juanito, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you. I got the flyer right here of the 5 that you're talking about. Their titles were A Homeless Hallelujah. Can't see this one. She Knows, Passed Over, Kimpact, The Consequences of Kindness, and It's Time. 5 short films for $30. Now, some people filled up their vehicle with whole entire family. That was worth the $30. They do sell food there, obviously, and it's next to a soccer arena that even Chicagoans didn't know that the drive-in was right there, Juanito, right? And we still have a drive-in here, in case you did not know, is 49ers in Valparaiso. They're still there. And so, Aretha Tatum, thank you for showing your movie Passed Over. That was interesting. So of all the 5, what would you say that it was the most heartfelt, Juanito?
I don't know. I'll let that one be.
Because they were all heartfelt, right? I mean,
Yeah, they all had their
they all
their
got
thing,
to everybody.
thing.
I mean, we had prayer. We started off in prayer, and I want to give a shout out to Victor Gully at Taste of Theater for dedicating the first event to God, right? Seek ye the kingdom of God first, and that's what he did. And so we have 5 more films coming up this Wednesday, and of those 5, the one that I'm showcased in that, will be shown again. So if my Hoosiers, my friends, my family, you want to support, please show up next Wednesday, 8:00. We do start at 8:30, but that way you got a good spot. I was right front and center, weren't we, Juan?
Mhm.
Yeah. So it was a great experience. There was a ministry that was there also in case anybody needed some prayer, because, not everybody knows God, not everybody believes or has faith. And so with everything that's going on in this world, we need to have faith and hope. Have faith in oneself, have faith in something, and hope. Don't lose hope. Keep pressing on. What's the message you want to give, Juanito, on that?
What do you mean, about the films, or?
As far as to the audience, those that, what I just said, that they would get out of.
Well, I think what people would get out of would probably be within that individual's own, experience. But they were short films. They were great films. People that were in those films did an incredible job. And like I said, it was all Christian based. And I guess it's just the start of more to come.
Yeah. For now, we're going to have every Wednesday there.
And so
at the
I think,
Chicago,
so it's not a case where
Chi-Town.
everyone pays a ticket price. It's by
Per
carload,
per
right?
card, yeah.
Carload. And the carload price was?
$30.
$30.
Although it's a special price for us.
Oh.
if you go to one of the other movies that are showing there other days, it is a
Okay.
different price. So join us. This was a night of faith, fellowship, and community, and they're looking for church partners. So of course, you can partner with us and in ministering or sharing or praying and set up a table. I'm looking for the new flyer because there's new films showing. As a matter of fact, one of the films that's showing, I was telling Juan, I am actually in the TV series. And Juan had a chance to get to meet the filmmakers, the writer, producer of this. And so they will be showing her short film, and it's called Phoenix Rising. Interesting. You should, I hope you go this coming Wednesday. So it'll be Afterthoughts, Phoenix Rising, Jada, and of course, Kim Peck Impossible. The Consequences of Kindness. We may have a fifth one, but right now those are the information. Those are the ones I have. These are short independent film screening from 8 to 10:30. IndieUnderTheStars.com. If you want to purchase your ticket ahead of time, you can pay there. It's either cash or Zelle. Okay, they don't use the debit card unless you go inside to get your food. You can do that. And of course, it is at 2343 South Troop, Chicago, Illinois. IndieUnderTheStars.com. So I am looking forward to it. Tarania Rice. I don't have the names of everyone, but this to her, I'm going to quote what she wrote. And Tarania is actually in season as well. And Juan got to meet the cast of season, the extras of season. He got to finally see season 3, right?
That's
At the
right.
first episode. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts that you got on that? You watched episode 1 and 2 of season 3. This is the first time you watching the season.
Yeah, because I don't really watch movies, but like
This
I said,
is a
I've seen.
TV series.
Actually, I was just interested in. Well, put it this way: more interested in watching the scene that, or was it version, or what
my
was it?
season, the episode.
The
I was in?
episode. That's the word I'm
episode?
looking for.
Mhm.
The episode that you were in, and you had quite a bit of time in that episode. Then, I mean, from what I seen, so right away, I told you that beautiful, and that you did an incredible job.
Thank you so much. And acting can come in difficult or easy. It depends on how much you rehearse and how much you memorize your lines. But when you do something you love, it comes easier. And I've always challenged with memorizing things, right? So I'm thankful that I think I did a pretty good job. I don't know. Give me my worst critic on that. But God is moving people in this TV series. The same with Seasoned, and of course, I want to thank them for the opportunity that they invited me to do special appearances. But I believe the TV series Phoenix Rising, you come see it this Wednesday, the short film of it. But the TV series, it takes a different twist, Juanito. I am the wife of a mobster. I'm laughing because, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. It's 40 minutes after the hour, 40 minutos después de la hora, 219-885-1371. Estamos aquí para gozar, para vivir, para levantarse uno al otro, porque el mundo está loco. We have to lift each other up, man. The world is crazy. It's cray-cray, no, Juanito?
Okay.
Oh, what else we got going?
Oh, well, Eve.
A ver, ¿qué?
I'm going to talk about what's going to happen on Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana, at the end of this month.
Right.
As I've been saying already, I have 2 special guests that are going to join me at the end of this month on a Tuesday to talk about the good, bad, and ugly of data centers. They go hand in hand with AI. You cannot have AI if there are no data centers.
That's right.
And so I've been doing a lot of reading about data centers. I still have a lot of articles that I need to print out to use for the program. But the whole thing is this: as I read about data centers and so forth, and including some things about that have to do with AI, more and more people where companies want to build data centers are objecting and protesting to their elected officials, no data centers. And in some cases, unfortunately, even when the people protest no data centers, the public officials in those communities still give the go-ahead, and it doesn't make any sense. But let me tell you this, in some of those cases, those people that said yes, those elected officials that said yes, when the people were saying no, and then an election came up, most of them, or all of them, got voted out. So I'm gonna keep it short because either on the second to last Tuesday of this month or the last Tuesday of this month, the good, bad, and ugly of data centers. And it won't be something, it'll be based upon research
Mm-hmm.
and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
So let it be written. Go ahead, woman.
42 minutes after the hour. Okay, man. We're going on 16 years of dealing with each other on this air. We fight, we bicker, we whatever, but you know, it's all in love. I don't smack them like that, literally. But you know what? One thing that I do with people that I care about,
Oh, dear.
unfortunately, it's good, but then it could be a flaw of mine is that I care too doggone much about people when they don't care that much about themselves. And I see that on a daily, that I care more about them than they care about their own selves. You know, I'm that honest person that will tell you, Juan, there's something bloody on your head. Juan, there's a big stain on your shirt. I would want somebody to tell me. You know, as I told people publicly, I respect my enemy more for telling me the truth than my friend for lying to me.
Don't
I
talk
would-
about staying on shirts right
I
now.
know.
You brought it up, okay?
Yeah,
brought it up.
and I got some rust stains on this shirt. You know, I'm always promoting. I'm a walking billboard, and I am promoting. What does that say, Juan?
Juan Andrade's the greatest.
Yeah, in your world, yes, you are. You are, and you're entitled to it. What? Lake County right to life. I am for life. I'm pro-life. That's killing a baby. And so I'm always a walking billboard. I'm always wearing somebody else's shirt. I need to start wearing my own stuff. I need to start promoting my own stuff. Go ahead, caller. You are on the air. I'm on the air with Nuestra Comunidad NWI.
Hey, I want to call back and
Yes, sir.
congratulate you about your movie career. You know, you're in the are them Latin soaps, like a, you know, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to
Thank you.
congratulate you. I know you do a good job in that.
Thank
you.
you.
Know. But, you know, get them down to you know, that line is right.
Mm-hmm.
Dallaston
Mm-hmm.
is like a Frankenstein and AI, always like a Frankenstein in the community,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so, you know, when you let things in like that, and, you know, even the big guys that really know about it. See, guys come on the air here, you know, it's sort of like Monopoly. If they land on your square, you get rich, you know, you got it made. A lot of people right here in Gary and out here own a lot of property, you know, slumlords, scumlords,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't got there. They own a lot of property. So they're hoping to land on their square. You know, I don't drink. I stopped drinking when I first got married. I got so drunk on my wedding night, and then they wake me up.
And you said that was it. Well, good for you. Congratulations. That takes.
I said when I first got married,
Mhm.
you know, a long time ago. You know, if you know anything about alcohol,
Mhm.
you know, I don't drink Patron, but my brother and now see, now they like tequila and they like the El Tusorio. Now that's the top stuff. That's all they drink. I don't drink. So when the guy RM, he know what I'm talking about. I've been knowing that guy for a long time.
Mhm.
RM, he know he probably listening. You know, I ain't gonna call his name, but it's RM. Okay, so I don't drink. I stopped drinking. It's been so long ago.
Good.
If I take a teaspoon of alcohol, I probably get drunk.
Right?
So I don't drink.
That's good for you. Good for you.
But no, it's good for the people that do drink because now they're linked to good cancer. And we can't stand it in our community because we get the least of health care anyway. So if you put yourself in that predicament, then you're going to suffer the most.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't drink. If you drink, try to drink a beer. Don't drink to get drunk, okay?
That's right. That's right.
Right.
That's
Hey,
right.
I wish you much.
Thank you
good
so much.
fortune on your new career. You're doing devils in the soaps.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. I appreciate you, young man. And you guys can watch season on Tubi. You can watch season 3 on Tubi. The other first 2 seasons they are on Amazon. They're getting harder to get on Amazon, but Tubi is getting difficult too because they got some amazing movies on Tubi and it's free. The only thing is that there's commercials where Amazon aren't really any commercials, but they gotta pay the lights, Then that's why there's commercials there. And one you got to see a few commercials on our TV series, and so it's got to be a positive message if I am acting in anything. And when I help others, I always say, if I'm in it, then for sure God's in it. Otherwise, I won't take any participation whatsoever in those things. And yes, we are not to be drunken. I get drunk, but in spirit. Boy, have I've gotten drunk in spirit, and I love it. I love it. I'm not a heavy drinker. Those were my old days, and they weren't glory days. I'm having glory days now, and I used to like drinking. Yeah, it was my rum and coke, and then my martinis, my apple teenies. But I wasn't getting drunk where you see me tripping and slurring and all of that. That looks pretty bad, especially in a woman. It looks bad on anyone. So we do have to do things all in moderation. And, I talk about overweight and I don't mean it in a negative way. I'll just use Juan as an example and myself, is that we have to watch what we eat. We have to watch the sodium intake because that can raise your high blood pressure, and read the labels. I'm going to bring in a nutritionist on the radio, on my podcast, because we need to educate ourselves all over again. And if you look around the clinics, the hospitals, they're building and building all of those facilities. That's telling you something, that they're expecting for all of us to need their services. Okay. And they're not going to give you anything that you can naturally get cured by home remedies. They're not going to tell you that, because guess what? They're there to work with pharma. There's a few good doctors out there. There is a doctor that actually may have gotten sued, and he wrote a book about home remedies. And he says he will tell his patients the truth about their health. And so I'm one to speak truth of health. I've seen my loved ones decline in their health because they did not take good care of themselves. And I do concern myself with just sitting and not moving, not drinking enough water. I'm sometimes at fault to not drink enough water. We have to take at least 64 ounces a day of water. And for you pop drinkers, please drink a lot less pop. Please. It's all the sugar, all that corn syrup. It's toxic. It's poison. It's cancer. Please stop eating McDonald's fast food. Please, if you can avoid it. Why you think it's so inexpensive for you to buy? It's all systematic. And I'll get on Juan's case because I care too much. And I told him the other day, you know what I'm going to do? Stop caring. And let's see if you're all going to listen. Did I not say that?
Yes, sir.
I guess you want me to stop caring. Okay, I care too doggone much. You should care just as much, if not more, for your own self, for your own life, for your own health. And we have health disparities as it is here in the region, especially in Gary, East Chicago, Hammond. So how can we beat that? By taking better care of ourselves. Just because they serve you a big platter of food does not mean you have to finish it all in moderation. What you can start doing, and I will do that because I will not tell you to do something I'm not doing, because that makes me a hypocrite. And I am not a hypocrite. I'm here to help. Before you get your meal, ask them to serve half on the plate and half to go. That way you don't look at that plate and say, I got to finish this. You know how we were raised? One, I don't know if you were raised that way. You can't get up until you're done with your food. You can't go play until you're done with your food. What is that really doing? What was that teaching us? You got to finish everything on that plate. I'm not a big eater. Some people say you eat like a bird. I'm not a big eater. So if I feel that I'm a little overweight, it's inflammation. So I have to stop eating certain things that are going to cause that inflammation. Less sodium. I have been cooking in California, no sodium at all. Some may say, oh, it's bland. No, if you find the right seasonings like cayenne pepper, paprika, onion, garlic. You got Mrs. Dash. None of that has sodium. None of that has salt. And that's how I cooked. And it's healthier. But we love pouring that salt on everything. I started ordering, if I do any fast food, it's not often. The French fries, no salt on my French fries because I'm going to add a little dab of ketchup. That's high in sodium as it is. Soy sauce, that's high in sodium. Mustard, that's high in sodium. We have to start looking at our labels so that we can live a little longer for our children, our children's children, our children's children's children. Juanito, we got to live a little longer because we always say, well, God took them. Not if they were drinking, then they got a liver disease, and they messed up their pancreas because of their lifestyle. That was not God. That was them doing that to themselves. So, Juan, if you think I'm hard on you, it's because I care. More water, less pop. I'm not a pop drinker. And he knows. I make it as a joke. If I'm at a restaurant, I'm going to drink a very strong drink. Can I have a Coke? I call it strong because I know it's toxic. And that's because I want to burp. I don't want to sound nasty, but I want to burp. Instead, I start doing the carbonated water. Not as healthy, but it's better than a pop. Go take a Coke and clean your battery from your car, and let's see what it does. It removes that oxidation. What is that? What do you think it's doing to your body, to your bones? You know, it's bad enough our air here is not as healthy, right? What do you say about health, Juan? Any message about health? Something that you need to do more. We all do. Exercise, eat less, eat all in moderation. And guess what? We have been lied to about breakfast, the most important meal of the day.
It is.
It is not.
It is here.
I was wondering why is that more? It is not, Juan. That is something that we have been told by commercials. What makes you think it is, Juan?
Because if you have a good breakfast, Eve, then you can go pretty much the rest of the day without.
I'm dragging if I have a good breakfast.
Any other meals?
I'm dragging if I have a good breakfast.
Well,
where'd you learn that from?
Experience, Eve.
No.
Eve, if I have a good breakfast, I can go the rest of the day without eating anything.
Okay.
And?
Okay. And so that makes you think that that is the best. There is no single most important meal of the day. But to people, because we've been taught, it's breakfast. What do you consider breakfast to be, Juan?
The meal that you eat in the morning.
I have breakfast at 3 in the afternoon.
Well, sometimes, yeah. Usually you have breakfast in the morning.
Okay.
Not in the afternoon, not in the evening.
I do intermittent fasting, which is a good way of losing weight if that is one of your goals. And do you know what intermittent fasting is, Juanito?
You do it in spurts, so to speak, in intervals?
Mm-mm. Intermittent.
Meaning here and there. And
you don't do it in the morning. You wait until afternoon, and then you don't eat anything after a certain time.
Meaning like in intervals, whatever the case may be.
Just, we're talking about like between when the time I get up till noon, all I may have just water and a cup of coffee. And then after that, I have my meal. So there is no single most important meal of the day, folks. Modern nutritional science shows that the quality, balance, and total nutrient intake of your overall daily diet matters for more than the specific timing of one meal or of any meal. On that note, it's Friday. Es viernes. I hope you're all enjoying or starting to enjoy your weekend. If you must drink, drink responsibly. Don't drive if you're going to have more than a drink, especially if you are light and featherweight. Have somebody else drink, right? I mean, drive and you just drink with moderation. Thanks, God, for manning the board. Juanito, thank you for bringing me here today. We appreciate you all. Gracias por estar aquí escuchando nuestra comunidad en WI. And we're going to have to start bringing more español to this program, Juan. Vamos a hablar más español porque este es el único programa bilingüe en nuestra región. ¿Cierto o no?
Eve, real quickly.
What?
Let's bring that special Jell-O lady here with some samples of Jell-O.
Oh,
so we can help this special lady that I'm talking about to promote her Jell-O, and then she can actually show the different Jell-O products that she makes.
Yeah.
On our
Melita's Delight. Shout out to M and my beautiful princesses.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much on that. No, Juanito, let's go. I'm getting hungry. We're talking about food.
All right.
Nos vemos hasta la
Thank you,
próxima.
Mr. Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, be blessed. Nos vemos. See ya. Yes, you are. Okay, I don't see nothing else, Juan. I hit save.
Huh?
I hit save. And,
Why did you hit save? You weren't supposed to hit save.
oh, end stream.
Right. It's not saved.